Stav, Abby and Matt.
You're only a what if away from great holidays. What if? It's Aussie for travel.
Stav, Abby and Matt.
Brisbane wakes up with Stav, Abby and Matt on B105.
Hello, podcasters. Great to see you. Great to be here with you. We've got quite the show coming up.
Men decorating. Who would have thought? The version of men
Not their wives.
No, but very interesting to find out what they thought their wives would like on the wall or said decoration.
No, I don't reckon they knew their wives wouldn't like it.
No,
But
just
they love it.
big kids.
Men never really grow up.
Nope. Peter Pan.
Do we?
No.
Jealous.
Yeah.
No, because you have.
She's jealous.
Okay. Yep.
You know what actually happens to me now when you have realizations that you're old or you're getting older and you go, oh yeah, I'm not 21 anymore, am I?
I think it's when you have to scroll down for your date of
I
birth.
hate that so much.
Yeah.
Especially when you're like, why would they have 2005 in if this is, because they,
Yeah. Yep. Yep. But
Or when the kids go, in the olden days, did you used to, and you're like, I thought in the olden
1998
days.
was not the olden days.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So we're going to talk about that. That's all coming up. Plus, Keith Urban, yes, he's on the show as well. Stav had a little surprise for him. That is coming up. Let's get into it. Here's the podcast. Brisbane's B105.
I started a new email address for myself and I put myself as the admin girl for my husband's building company because we wanted to do projects together. Well, we didn't want to do it. We're trying it. It's a trial base.
Yeah.
So I've got
You're on probation.
No, he's on probation.
He's on probation.
Stav.
Yeah.
I'm the admin girl. And the owner, I've decided, even though it's his name. But no, because he's a carpenter builder and we're trying to do more together rather than just fight about our house not being done. And
Fight about other people's
houses not being done.
Exactly. And he said to me, when I was questioning a few different aspects of like, when is the slab going down? Cement. And a few different aspects of it, he said, babe, leave the building to me and you do the decorating. So we don't cross over to each other's lanes. We stay in those lanes. No worries. I'll take that on board. So he was doing a few jobs having to renovate a place. And I said, can you please send me photos of all the bits that needed to be repaired so that I can pass it on to the building and pest inspector, right? And one of the photos that he sent was a wall had to be patched up, it had to be fixed behind it, had to be patched up. And he sent the photo, and the photo was just in a collage of all of the photos. And I went, what? He decided to do interior design because he has patched up the wall with, I don't know how you describe that, with panels, and then painted it green. Green.
He's merged lanes there.
That's what I said. I was like, you're going into the decoration.
He's in the transit lane and he's only got one person in the
What
car.
am I? I'm now, what, am I allowed to go back in the building? And he doesn't like even dressing himself. So I don't know how he decided to do that colour.
He's done a feature wall.
He's done a feature wall. He loves feature walls. And I was like, no, feature walls are gone. No one does feature walls anymore.
Well, he's bringing them back.
Well, he's trying to. And
You
I
know
said,
what? That's a bloke who's been watching The Block.
Yes, that is.
That's
no,
what that is.
he's a guy that accepted my Pinterest invite.
Oh,
And I downloaded it on his phone on Pinterest. You know how you can share albums?
she's going to love
She's going to love it because I shared a album that had green furniture. So he thought that I was into bottle greens. So then he did a whole wall of it. And this is the guy who keeps putting out his glasses that he got from pubs all over the world on display. And I keep putting them down. And he's like, I don't see why that would not be a decoration. That's not a decoration. Putting your cups that you,
Excuse me, a schooner glass is a decoration for an Hampton-style house. You've got no idea.
But not only that, he was on that holiday with his ex-girlfriend.
Oh.
Does he only put it out when you've been fighting?
No, he just thinks it looks great. That's his version of a decoration. He thinks it's great. It's like you with your Pez collection. You've got a display cabinet for it.
Yes. It's very classy.
I remember
real
when you had
talking point.
I remember when you had your daughter and we're like, that's so cute. She gets to play with your figurines.
No, she doesn't.
And he was like, no. And that's when he put a lock on it.
That's when I knew I'd grown up.
Oh, because you had a lock
Lock
on
my
that.
figurines, yeah.
So she couldn't play with them.
Reduced the amount of times I played with them too, but, sacrifices that parents make.
Was it one of those ones, you put the child locks on like the cabinets in your kitchen?
Yes.
Was it
No.
one
It's
of
an
those
actual
style?
lock. He got a new cabinet with a key.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a moose head was really lovely for you.
Yes, I did love my moose head. That was a real talking point too. Really brought that room together.
I love it when he decided to decorate, and this was always going to be the thing. Remember your Christmas tree? Because there was no mess. So he got a Christmas tree that's like
That was great.
printed
that year.
on the
It's
wall.
a wall decal.
Oh, and you stuck it on.
Yeah. Takes so much less space. Then you just put the presents on the bottom.
And then
of
the
floor.
girls actually wanted a real Christmas tree.
So I got a cactus.
Did you put some tinsel on a cactus?
100% we used to have a Christmas cactus.
yeah.
Yes.
I don't decorate anything in my house.
No,
At
that
all.
doesn't surprise me.
I don't pick nothing.
It's
Esther,
a beautiful home.
Esther does it all. I have zero input.
But you also can't complain, can you?
No.
No.
Oh, no, I complain about the amount of stuff coming in.
Yeah, but
I'm
not
allowed
the-
to do that.
You like it to be clean. You like you like to declutter.
Yep.
So you've got that aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You wouldn't have chosen the white couches?
No.
That need. She's very good at keeping those clean. She's got covers. She just takes them off.
Yeah, right. Mm.
but absolutely nothing. You're the only man I know in my life, actually, who's allowed to decorate their own house.
Yeah, right.
Is Dan allowed to decorate? Because you guys have got a new apartment now.
Yeah, he decorates in his room. That is his gaming room.
It's your room. Oh, because he's got the spare room.
I don't want his swords and stuff out near my cool things.
He's
Swords
got
are
a
cool.
sword collection. Yeah, but see, that's the whole thing. It's like he's got one room. I can understand that.
Yeah, we just have a different aesthetic, and to be honest, mine is much better, and his can just be contained to one space.
It's the attitude.
That's what sheds were for.
Exactly.
Just men's version of decorating is just different than women's, I would say, especially in our household.
But I mean, who's right and who's wrong?
No one.
Okay, it's a green wall.
I thought it was good. I quite liked it, to be honest.
Think of how his glasses are going to pop when he puts them up on that wall.
Are there any men who are allowed to decorate in their houses?
Or I'd just like to know what their version of decoration is. Like, did they put something up and you're like, what?
What have they put up? 13, 10, 60. What is your partner, your husband, your boyfriend, or whatever? It would be a big one when people first move in together.
Yeah.
I reckon it would be, and they want to bring in like their futon.
Well, Scotty wants to put a picture up and it's surfing.
Oh, yeah?
And I was like, yeah, well, cool. I said, that's you surfing? He goes, oh, I couldn't really tell because there's heaps of people out that day. And the photographer took a photo. So I just got that one. So I think it is.
So where's Scotty?
Yeah. Not in the photo.
Well, no, there's a guy surfing. You just can't tell if
Can't
it's
tell who
him.
it
But I'm
is.
like, I don't want that on the wall then. If
Well, you just have to... It is him.
I don't think that matters.
No.
My sister, my older sister, had like a big collage photo board.
Yeah.
And it was right above her bed in her bedroom. And I was in there one time and I was like, who are all these people? She goes, oh, they're just the stock standard photos. She hadn't put any photos
she
in
liked
it.
the frame.
I said, how long's that been up there? She's like, 3 years.
But we've become attached to him.
Yeah.
They're like our family now.
13, 10, 60. Has your man tried to decorate? We'll take your calls next.
Stav, Abby, and Matt for breakfast. B105.
Apparently, I know nothing about building. So, therefore, my husband, as the builder, is staying in his lane. And he said, you can be the decorator and stay in that lane. Exciting, no worries. However, he decided to cross over without even asking and paint a wall green. Green. That's great. I like green, but I don't know on a wall.
It's very in now. He's gone. It's like a dark olive green, isn't it?
Yeah, he saw it on Pinterest, which is the Pinterest that I told him he had to download and accept my invite. But we just want to know 13, 10, 60. What happens when your man decorates? What's his version of it? What did he put up?
All right, Amy in Upper Carbo, what did your husband put up?
So 7 years ago, we bought our house, and my husband brought a Harley Quinn and the Joker poster, put it straight up in our living room, and it's still there.
I'm failing to see the issue.
And it's such an eyesore.
Yes.
I can't believe you've let him do it for 7
Wow.
years, Amy.
He thinks it's cool, and like every time I try and take it down, he says something.
You know what it is? They're just little kids growing up. So they put up what they
Decorating their bedroom.
Yeah.
He's a man teenager for sure.
Yes, a man teenager, so true.
I just love that it's still there. There's no way in my wife would let it stay.
Jenny in Loganholme, what'd your hubby put up?
Oh, this is going back 25 years ago when we built our house. And my husband loves going to the markets. And this particular day he went and he came home. And when I came home from my shopping, there was an army guy's helmet, up on top of the wall, on top of the TV. And I said, what the hell's this? He goes, some guy went to war, he goes, and wore this helmet. He goes, this is a real good thing to keep. I didn't like it because all I could think about was blood and war and everything, and someone might have died on that. And I said, no, I don't want this helmet in the lounge. So up till now, he's got his own little shed, and that little Fred, we call it Fred, little helmet is sitting inside his little shed. I don't know. That to me was yuck.
Yes, but he thought fascinating.
He thought someone died for it. A helmet.
Piece of history.
Yeah, he was
It would
honouring.
be respectful to put it up. Yes.
This is actually a great way, lads, if you're listening, to get your own bar built at home.
Yeah.
Just start decorating the lounge
I was
room.
just thinking, we don't have enough room for a shed. Maybe that's my
Yeah.
bad. Yeah. Kylie in Capalaba, what's your husband's version of decorating?
When the Prime bottles were like a huge trend and they were hyped up, I came out to the lounge room and he had 3 or 4 Prime bottles displayed on the TV unit. Empty ones as well.
Yeah.
Sick. Teenage boys would have loved it.
My 10-year-old did that.
Yeah, so did my 11-year-old.
I made him get rid of them and they went into his gaming room, and a few weeks after that I said, no, they've got to go.
Yeah.
Fruit flies was our main issue, Kylie.
Yeah, it's like empty bottles of like vodka as well. If they were the cool.
Yeah, we can put little fairy lights
Yeah,
in
but
there and
it's
make
like,
them
it's
lamp.
a skull, so he kept it. And I'm like, we don't need to show how much we've drunk. Another Kylie in Capalaba, what happened in your house?
Morning, guys. Well, I have what I call my love wall.
Yeah.
And it has, photos of all my grandchildren and everything like that, and my partner and I. So I came home one day and the photo of him and I in the very centre was gone, and there is a laminated certificate of his golf hole-in-one.
Love wall.
Oh, my God.
Love wall.
Oh, my God. Now, I didn't know that a hole-in-one was such a big thing because my brother got one, and when I rocked up and he said he got one, I went, oh, that's really good. How cool. So I guess it's a big deal, but it's more important than the photo of you two?
It's, yeah. 100%. And it's not framed anything. There's beautiful frames. It's all colour coordinated and everything. And then right smack bang in the middle is this beautiful hole-in-one certificate, laminated, not framed.
Kylie, I imagine before you met him, he'd had other partners before you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, well, he's only hit one hole-in-one.
True.
Good on you, Kylie. Hello, Catherine.
Hey, how are you guys?
All right. When the man tries to decorate.
Okay, so I'm quite a free spirit and I would love to see a tapestry hanging off every corner of every wall. My husband is an absolute minimalist. So while I'm sitting on my couch with nothing hanging on my walls, instead of looking at my beautiful crystal collection, I get to look at his signed Magic Johnson basketball.
Oh.
The actual basketball? Like
the actual basketball signed by Magic Johnson. And the funniest thing is we follow every single sport except basketball.
Oh, that's weird.
So that's my life.
Everyone would come in and go, God, you guys are huge into basketball.
No. Do you like Magic Johnson, though?
Where did he get it from?
I have absolutely no idea. He came with that when we first met, and we can't get rid of it.
Wow.
He came with it.
Stav, Abby, and Matt for breakfast. B105.
4-time Grammy Award-winning singer and songwriter Keith Urban. Keith Urban
is joining us this morning. Technology's always fun. Have we got you there, Keith?
Why?
Oh, we do have you. Oh, great. Sorry, Matt.
How are you guys?
We just couldn't see your pretty face, so that's why we're like, we're presuming you're in pajamas.
Well, not quite. I'm operating this on my phone, and I'm traveling, so it's not ideal. But here we are,
mate. It's great to have you on. The single Chuck Taylor's. It is out now from the album High. We're so excited you're going to be coming back to Brizzy as well. Where in the world are you today?
I'm in Nashville right now, but heading to Cincinnati and then Cleveland, Indiana this weekend.
Do you have that just printed out somewhere? Like, I know that you tour so much. Do you just go, is there a time where you're like, just tell me where I am tomorrow?
I can remember it maybe a week at a time.
Okay.
It's the easiest thing for me. Yeah. There's a lot of shows in there.
What do you like? What sports do you follow? Being an Aussie, do you get a chance to follow the rugby league when you're out touring, or have you found yourself more of an NFL kind of guy now?
Look, obviously, NFL's massive over here, but I went to my first FIFA soccer match the other day, and that was quite good. It was here in Nashville. They got a soccer stadium, and it was good to change it up a little bit. I don't know the last time I saw a soccer game.
Will they be preparing for the World Cup?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Were you going to ask the state of origin?
Well, you're obviously.
I don't know if you are Queenslander.
Oh yeah. It's the only time in our house we wear different jerseys.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, what about your children? Because if you've got your wife who's New South Wales, you're Queensland, they have to pick a side. Yeah. So where do they choose?
Yeah. Probably whoever wins.
Best way to go, really, isn't it?
That's kids for you, hey? Yeah.
Keith, can I ask at your gigs, people just get so involved, and we always know how Maddie's always there singing along. Who do you think goes the hardest? Is it like the women or the men?
Oh, God, it depends how hammered the guys are. They can definitely, they go hard as well.
Yeah, they do get stuck.
Especially on this tour, I got to say, I don't know what is going on with this particular tour, but the vibe is really, really good. I think people just want to have a great time and forget about their life for a couple hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, live in the moment. I think that's what music always does. It's that escapism, isn't it? And you always have that thing. I always get excited as soon as you buy tickets. Like, it's not just the gig, it's the anticipation. It's knowing that you're going to be able to go and then really having that hype and then enjoying it so much. So I can understand that.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a blast. I'm glad we get to actually bring this exact tour down to Oz.
And you've got a new gig too, which will be, this man just produces TV gold, hit after hit. It's a Taylor Sheridan joint. It's a new music competition, The Road?
Yeah, it's called The Road. It's Blake Shelton, who does the voiceover here, and Taylor Sheridan created this thing that's really, obviously I've done Idol, I've done The Voice. It's unlike any of them because it takes it right into the clubs. It takes it out of the TV studios into the down and dirty clubs, a couple hundred people, standing room only, and the audience votes night after night. And we travel from club to club. Basically I'm closing out the night with a short 30-minute set with a house band, and basically all these people competing are in effect my opening acts. And they got two songs. They got to do an original. They got to do a cover. Ooh. They get to choose both of them, and they live and die by their choices. And the crowd votes each night as we're on tour as to who stays, who goes.
Yeah, right.
Anyone silly enough to choose a cover of yours then? Because, if you're there, you wouldn't want to do that, would you?
That's all I did was my covers. I don't know what I was thinking. No, the crazy part is listening is you're at Blake and I are at the front, because we're commenting just on mics for the audience, like the artists don't hear us. And some of the covers I grew up playing pubs in Brizzy, and you know the stuff you got to pull out, the K-Sands and all this stuff to get people going.
Yeah.
And obviously there's US versions of that, Freebird or Sweet Home Alabama or whatever, Brown Eyed Girl, whatever. Yeah. Wagon Wheel, exactly. And there's a million songs, and some of these people pick the most deep cuts from some fringe Americana artists, and nobody knows the song, and you're like, why would you do that? This is to get them on side. But it's a really good show. I love doing it.
We are chatting to Keith Urban this morning. Your live shows have already kicked off around the world. You're going to be back here in August. And I've heard that you are helping people lose their virginity at your shows, Keith. We will discuss this and find out if anyone needs your service, how they can use it when we come back. Your latest single now. This is Chuck Taylor's. Keith Urban is live with us right now here on B105.
Stav, Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
Four-time Grammy Award-winning singer and songwriter.
Keith Urban.
And we've still got him on at the moment. He is coming to us live from his tour bus in the States.
You can't see us at the moment, can you?
Yes, I can. I can now. Oh, Jesus.
Yes.
I didn't get the vest memo.
It's got my name on the back, Keith. But there is a reason for it. Can someone explain it to me?
It's been great to talk to you, Keith. We can't wait to see you in Australia.
The reason I was saying.
Chuck Taylor's great song.
No, tell me what's going on. What the hell is going on?
I've decided to come out.
No.
And
Keith is like, finally. He's known you for ages. We are doing a Mum's Gone Wild, which is why I was asking who goes the hardest at your gigs. So I wanted to choose a theme where I guess you could either dress up or come as something that is so popular and is comfy, which is, so we combined it, and it's Disco Cowgirl.
Right.
Yeah, that's the Mum's Gone Wild theme, and because Stav is coming along.
I let them pick my outfit for me, Keith. And
So he is Disco Cowboy.
This is the result, partner.
Yeah. Yeah, looking good, mate.
Thanks, buddy.
Imagine you in Nashville in that.
I reckon you'd be accepted.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. You could just slide right down Lower Broadway, absolutely. Yeah. Right
Have you ever had a stylist try to dress you in something ridiculous before? Because you do awards shows, you do.
Yeah, I definitely not like that.
No.
Can you stand up and show me?
I haven't been able to be that original. It's really quite striking. I mean, it's an outfit for radio, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Well, he's going to be wearing it in the Valley, Keith.
Yeah, that's a good fit for the Valley.
I mean, lefties, it'd work a treat, don't you think?
Probably 2 a.m. lefties. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Mate, I have been watching the highlights of the gigs you've been doing so far on your Instagram, and I saw you interact with the crowd in your shows, which is so great. And you were reading out signs that people have in the crowds. Do people share a lot? There was one where someone said, "I'm a virgin" on their sign. I was like, how is that when you're trying to sing and you can read all of these in front of you? You must be thinking, what the hell?
Yeah. The stuff I see up there is crazy. Especially like at these amphitheaters, you've got, whatever you got, you X amount of people under the main roof. It's all open,
Yeah.
And then up on the lawn, it's you've got a whole other crowd up there, and that just looks like a frickin' college frat party up on the lawn. It's insane up there. The vibe is so great, and I go up there and do a couple of songs as well. And yeah, there's a whole different set of signs out there.
Yeah, well, from what I've seen, this is going to be an incredible show back here in Australia. There's lasers, there's all sorts of stuff going on. So
I want to know if that guy left with someone.
Yeah, did they end up
back the
hooking
next
up?
time, going, tapped it.
Hey.
Yeah, I only saw a short clip. Where did that end, that conversation?
I don't. Which one in particular? Because I don't know what clip you saw.
Well, I think was it New York?
Here's some of the signs I'm looking at right now. 22 years, something or other, mother-daughter KU concert, thank you. The next one just simply says, "I'm a virgin." Thank you, sir. What's the next one say? Baby's first concert, so that's the other end of it.
Well, he might have left not one.
Exactly.
No, honestly, it's hard to say.
Or Keith, was it, if I hold this up, Keith Urban will say something people think I am, and therefore this is his way of picking up women.
Shooting your shot.
Either way.
Well, it's New York, so,
Either way, if you see a sign in the crowd, shout me out, all right, when you're here in Brizzy.
Yeah. Bring your most original sign.
Mate, great to talk to you. Chuck Taylor's is the latest single. High is the album. You are going to be back here in Australia in August. Mate, great to talk to you.
Thanks, Dave. You too. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Abby. Thanks, mate.
Bye.
See you later, guys. Bye.
Stav, Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
I think in some aspects of life, I consider myself manly. Some, not all.
The
Some.
messiness?
The what?
The messiness?
Okay, you tell me what parts of me are manly.
Your beard at the moment.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah?
Thank
he looks
you.
dishevelled.
Dishevelled.
The fact that you leave just your cups laying around when you leave the studio and don't tidy up after yourself.
The fact that you put yourself in situations that you shouldn't put yourself in to get ridicule from women.
Yeah. And
that one I can get
the
behind.
fact you hate excessive talking.
Why are
or
you
long
asking
text
that question?
messages.
You'd never ask that
Well,
question,
you
dude.
wanted to know.
No, he wanted to ask the question. He didn't want an
You
answer.
tell us how you're manly.
The one that always makes me feel unmanly
Okay.
is when I have a tradie over at my house.
Because you've got like some really soft hands. But that's how you always know, difference between a tradie and someone
Who's not a tradie.
soft hands.
Soft hands. I do have some calluses, but that's from guitar playing.
Manly. There you go.
Yeah. And because it exposes your lack of ability. And especially, I think we were talking about this last week, Matty, when you've had a crack at it first. And you have to do that little dance of, I don't know what that idiot before me was thinking.
Why is this all patched up like that? It was like that when I moved in.
Do you think
It's still
tradies actually...
tacky. Shut up and do your job.
Do you think tradies think that about you, though? Because I don't think they would care.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you're...
That's how they make money.
Exactly. You're giving them a job.
Yeah.
That's manly that you can employ someone else to do it.
I never thought of it that way. I should do that more often. And the other unspoken rule of tradiness that I always find very tricky to navigate is, do they want you to stay there and chat? Or do they want you to go away and leave them alone?
Definitely the last one.
Well, you never know because
Yeah.
it changes with different tradies, right? And then you find there's that one who doesn't want you to stay there
Yeah.
but hasn't said anything and you feel uncomfortable, so you stand there in silence.
Well, it's
for
what
10
point do you
minutes.
leave? Like, what point do you go, I'll leave you to it?
Yeah, then you go, oh,
I've been there for too long.
Yeah.
And you're right, there's one tradie who hasn't seen anyone all day and they've been driving around and they're like, this is my moment to chat.
See, I'm sceptical on those ones.
Why?
I believe none of them want you to chat. The one who wants you to chat is charging by the hour.
Oh my gosh, I never thought
So
of that.
they'll chat to you all day long.
Now you know that. Stav won't even say hello.
But you're paying for the friendship. You know what I mean?
Just open the door and point.
Yeah, quick, run.
But we got a guy around, lovely gentleman. We got a guy around to do our pest control. And he was the latter. He was a chatter. He was a chatty man. But nice. But
Older guy?
Older guy. And Italian. So,
We
you know.
had the same sort
Really?
of guy.
Yeah. And by the time I just went downstairs to grab something, and he was down there and cornered me. And by the time I extricated myself from that situation, I'd found out that he's got two sons there in the business as well, but they have taken out their own business because they want to start their own. But he wanted to keep the family name because he's been that name for 35 years in the business. Not going to change it just because the sons want to. They've got 15 cars between them though. They're doing pretty well, which came in very handy because last week he got.
Is this why he's all holding the poison?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No,
At
he's
what
not
point-
holding anything at this stage. He's just standing there. He was patting the dog. And yeah, life history. And I'm like, cool. And then eventually he either ran out of things to say or I found a pause in his breath and I said, cool, I'll be upstairs if you need me. And then I was on the couch and he came in. God love him. He was tapping around, do the tap for the termites. He's tapping. And he got a phone call. And he put the phone on speakerphone, sat down at our dining table and had a conversation.
Oh,
With who? Was it a potential client?
Yeah, it was a potential client.
Okay. I was thinking he was catching up with his mum or something like that.
No,
That'd be
but
weird.
he did inform a client about his sons. And
So you're on the couch hearing this?
Yeah, I was on the couch trying to watch one of my stories.
Did you just turn up the volume?
No, turn it down for him. Not rude. And then, what did he say? For some reason, he finished that phone call. And then he came over. I think he said something like, oh, you're leading a good life, aren't you? I mean, look at you. And I started work at 5 in the morning, dude. And he's like, oh, a lovely time of the morning. And he sat down on the couch. And our couch is positioned in such a way that it's chaise lounge sort of thing. So you can't just sit there with your legs on the floor. You lie down.
Yeah.
So he sat down on the couch, lay down, put his feet up. And then, because he'd been playing with Gus in the yard, Gus came up, jumped up on the couch and started snuggling him. And we're having a chat.
Has he started any work yet?
I'm unaware. I didn't ask. And
He doesn't even have a qualification in pest control.
Probably not. You've done that before. Have you? You sure he's a pest control?
No.
Pulls out a can of Mortine.
You have to try and
See you
find
in
out.
12 months.
You
Done.
have to try and say, hey, mate, just so you know, how long would this take? I've got to do school pickup.
And then Kat was getting ready she was going out. And she comes into the lounge room just to say goodbye. And the picture that confronted her of two men, the tradie with her dog on him, and me in my Jimmy Jams.
Well, I'll leave you guys to it.
She's like,
you guys have a nice night.
And then he left. And eventually she came back and goes, what was going on? I was like, I don't know what was going on. I was stuck there.
What did that cost you?
Well, he would have just done one service for pest. You don't do by the hour.
$600, yeah. For the, yeah. The other thing was by the hour, and that cost
quite a lot. Did you have an issue?
Yeah, we had. He did a few other things as well. So
what?
We had ants.
Yeah, but that's included in the pest.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it is.
Well, he paid. He charged me what he charged me. And then
I think he paid. He charged you for a friendship.
That's what we're trying to work out here.
What?
You've been overcharged.
Did you employ a gigolo? He pretended to do pest control.
Did he?
No, but he did the pest control first. I don't have a problem with that. And I am termite free. He's going to come back and check me in 6 months.
Is he pre-booked to come back again?
Yeah.
Are you going to make sure you're not home?
No, I'll miss him.
Stav, Abby, and Matt for breakfast. B105.
Dear Abby.
Sometimes in life, gets real. And that's when you need Abby to help.
I'm trying to help you.
If you've got a bit of a dilemma, you can send it in, Dear Abby, at b105.com.au. This one's hard. It's like politics come into kids' parties.
Yeah.
You know, like it's the kids that are invited, but you feel like it's reflected on you. Yeah. But she said, Dear Abby, I recently had a birthday party for my 7-year-old son. I took them all to bounce, paid for a very long session, and I was organising the food. Said to all the parents, you can drop off and go. I invited my mum friend from school and her son, but she RSVP'd but didn't show. I was actually busy with the kids, so I didn't actually feel like I should message her there saying, are you still coming? Later on in the evening, I went to go and post some photos of the party and thank everyone for coming. And I noticed on her Instagram was a story of her at a different kids' party. She was having a drink with one of the mums, saying the best thing about kids' parties is hanging out with the mums. I felt hurt. I know I shouldn't be concerned about it, but she's completely and utterly ghosted me. I'm trying to not take it personally, as I said, but I am fuming. Do I actually confront her about it, or do I just let it go and assume that I am lower on the mum-friend food chain than I thought?
So is this about the kid not having their friend at the party, or the lady?
No, this is definitely
the lady not being popular.
Yeah. Where's Tommy? He was the only one who wanted to come.
Yeah.
Where's Tommy?
Well, she did say I invited my mum friend from school.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense? So you would have it would have been your group.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I would have been annoyed, especially because you've already paid for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, reimbursement should be.
Yeah, but then what do you have to do? Then you got to confront her and say, hey, what happened? Like she's obviously forgot, or she's got a better deal, which she obviously did.
Yeah, see, I personally wouldn't care.
No,
because you're a dad.
I wonder if that's it. Like, it wouldn't bother me.
You got to think that's the same as not being invited to a party.
I love it
as a teenager.
As a teenager,
yeah.
And then seeing all the photos.
Yeah.
And just going, well, wait a minute, I didn't want to go, but at the same time, you still wanted to be invited. And although you say you wouldn't care, let's just say, I had a party and everyone else came and then I hadn't mentioned it to you, you'd still be like, well, great, I missed out on a party I didn't want to go to because it was effort. But at the same time, you're like,
you'd be a bit
wait a
upset.
minute, why?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, and because if it's your close friend, I'm just thinking it from another parent who I only talk to at school, pick up and drop off.
Correct. She said mum.
So
she said a friend.
Mum friend. Yeah, right.
I mean, I sort of suggested that maybe you should just.
Are you throwing a party and I'm not invited?
But you won't care. You'll be happy. I suggested let you send out that text saying thank you so much to everyone for coming. My son loved the presents, and include them in that text. So they go, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, I forgot. Or I'm so sorry we couldn't make it. Or the thing is, you've obviously got a better deal.
Yeah.
So you've RSVP'd ages ago. And then a better deal's come up. And you're like, well, I get to go to that. That's going to be my Saturday afternoon.
Yeah. I would even send, in that text, I would say, for those that haven't paid yet, here is my BSB and account.
Why would you pay though?
Well, because she paid for the kid that didn't turn up, didn't she?
Yeah, but it's a birthday party, so you don't ask people to pay for it.
I'd want the $55 because you didn't turn up.
Well, then you need to send a text saying, hey, you didn't rock up, I'd already paid, so I need the money.
That was the first thing I said she should do.
You wouldn't do that. Would you really?
Going back to Scotland at the end of the year, just to reinforce that gene.
13, 10, 60. Would you confront her or just let it go? I really do think you just have to take it on board, cop it, and then go, yeah, okay, we're actually not that good friends.
Yeah. But not everyone also has to be best of friends. Like,
They don't. But if someone had RSVP'd and then no-showed and you saw him having a drink with the other mums, you still wouldn't be annoyed. Well, no, because other mums was the
yeah,
key
see, the
there.
dads aren't the same with it.
Plus,
I don't
we
think.
both know why we don't get invited to parties.
Yeah, you're not the laugh of the party. Yeah.
Exactly. It's hard to be upset for not being invited when you've never been
All
invited.
right, so if you're actually invited
I get
to
nervous
things,
if I get invited.
you know,
Yeah.
Really? They
not
want me
like
to
these
come?
I
guys.
guess it's going to be a shit party if I'm there.
Yes.
I wouldn't be a member of any club that would have me as a member.
Oh my God, the dregs? 13, 10, 60. Should this mum confront her or let it go? What would you do? We'll take your calls next.
Stav, Abby, and Matt for breakfast. B105.
Dear Abby.
Sometimes in life, gets real. And that's when you need Abby to help.
I'm trying to help you.
You've got a dilemma, moral one or a real one. I don't know. They're both the same, aren't they? Send an email, dearabby@b105.com.au. Kids parties, they're for the kids, right?
Yes.
No, they're not.
No, for
Also
the boys.
for the parents, really. No.
Someone.
A mum has said that she recently threw a birthday party for a 7-year-old son at Bounce. She paid for them all. A mother had said, yes, my son is coming, and then just did a no-show. She said that then she saw on Instagram stories that she was at a different kids' party across town with a drink in hand. And she's like, wait a minute. Should she confront them and saying, hey, why weren't you there? Or should she just accept that she's lower on the mum-friend food chain than she thought?
Does the caption on the story make this worse and rub salt into the
Yeah,
wounds?
because she said the best thing about kids' parties is hanging out with friends, holding a drink.
With the other mums. 13,
So
10,
it's a-
60.
Yeah, it's, I don't know.
Were they all the other mums that dropped off their kids at this party, though?
Could you imagine that if they did that and then went?
Oh.
But then it's just because, well, you've got all our kids, so we're going to get together.
13, 10, 60. Should this mum confront the other mum?
Or just let it go?
Call now and let us know what you think.
Anonymous has given us a call. What would you do in this situation, Anonymous?
Well, I wouldn't get mad. I'd get even, and I would throw a mum party, but don't invite them.
So have a no kid party and really give it to her.
Yeah, a mum's pamper night, or don't invite them.
A spite party.
Yeah, that's what you call it.
Yes, you
a
would.
spite
Hey.
party.
Spite party.
Like, spite Felicia.
And then would you plaster it all over Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh, heck yes.
Don't know what's happened.
mean?
There's
Why
no
would you do
point.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, and then if she said anything, I'd be like, oh, sorry. I thought you'd hang out with your mum.
Yes. That's
These are my ride or dies.
Yep. Don't get mad, get even.
yeah. I would invite you, but it's just you've always been such a no-show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to waste my money on alcohol when I can drink it myself.
I've got a feeling this is not just an idea for you, Anonymous. You've executed these before.
Don't. Stop. I haven't.
Good for you.
Appreciate you.
All right.
Don't get mad,
Not the most
just get
maturest of advice, but the fun one. Cindy in Bapengari, what do you think about this situation?
I'm just wondering if it was an alcoholic beverage in her hand.
Oh, yes.
I think we're
Yeah,
assuming
we're
so.
assuming. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe she's a bit of a drinker, the other mum.
Okay, yeah, we'll throw her under that bus.
Well, you just think that
And-
that was a better option.
Yeah. Instead of, you can't drink at the bounce places, so maybe she wanted to have that drink. I just wonder what the kid actually wanted to do.
Yeah.
Party he wanted to go
That's
to.
the silent victim here, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
I don't think at this point it's about the kid. But then again, if the kid wanted to go to another one, then you just go, hey, I'm so sorry. We've double booked. We're not going to be able to make it. If you've paid, let me reimburse you. That would be the nice thing to do.
Yes.
But just to not show up.
Yeah. Ernest doesn't like your boy.
Yeah, well, I think that's the no-show and the ghosting is what really hurts.
Okay, what if...
Yes, hypothetical. Here we go,
she
Cindy.
does say to the bounce mum and says, oh, look, we're not going to be able to make it anymore, sorry.
Yeah.
but doesn't say to her, we're going to another party. Does she have to tell her she's going to another party?
Well, that's where it comes.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No, but I guess I don't think so either. But I think that comes into the double booking always works.
Yeah, because I think she would still be upset if she said, sorry, we're not going to be able to make it, and then she sees her pop up with a
margarita.
But at least you've said it, though. That's not the surprise.
With a claw in
that's
hand.
it. At least she actually gave her the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And said, look, we can't make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if
We've double booked and that Ryan wants to really go to Matthew's birthday party instead.
Exactly. You blame your kid.
Oh,
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's always the kids' fault.
That's why you have them. Alicia. Is that right? Alicia?
Alicia.
Yeah, Alicia. Yeah.
Alicia. Oh, I
I'm
like
so
that.
petty. I would literally message the other mum and say, I'm so sorry, Johnny couldn't make it today. Let me send you his party bag. I hope you had fun at, Maddie's party.
Yes.
I would just...
Name it. So good. I like that. Like you've actually
Kill her
seen
with
it.
kindness.
Or you message on Instagram saying, hey, this looked like a good party. We missed you at ours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here's the party bag we paid for.
Yeah.
And then do you eat all the chocolates and there's only the wrappers in the party bag?
Just leave, the really crap ones, like the Moros and...
Yeah. Or the kid's got a peanut allergy, so you put in some peanut butter brittle.
No, you don't do that. You don't do that. Or you do worse. You get the biggest party bag you could imagine and say, hey, just so you know, I packed it for school so that your son can take it home. And he's got that big
slime and bubbles are
yes, exactly. And
glitter.
Stickers. Yeah, I'm so glad we're mature enough for this.
Yep.
It would be good to have a spite party.
Yeah.
So it's like the most epic party that you could imagine and no one else can come. Actually, that's Saturday night.
That's what it is. Only the mums, the kids and dads stay home.
Yeah.
Right. Mum's gone spitey, so we think.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Sprite. Mixed well with vodka.
There we go.
Yeah.
Stav, Abby, and Matt for breakfast. B105.
We went to the Children's Hospital maybe a month ago and we took Reece Walsh there because all the kids always say, who do you want to meet? And it's always Reece Walsh. And he was like, sure, I'll come along. Now, we had the opportunity to chat to him and then a lot of the professional reporters that work at Juice TV, which is the TV show for the Children's Hospital, run by the kids at the hospital, they had their professional reporters ask questions after. And one of the superstars is Indy Rose. And this has gone viral because she asked a question I think that a lot of people wanted to know but weren't game to ask. It was this.
Are you single?
Oh my gosh. I am single, yes.
Would you like to meet my nurse? She is good and she needs to go on a date.
The giggle.
So cute.
Since then, Indy Rose has gotten very close with Reece. He's a great guy, Reece, and he invited her along to the last home game. So we've seen that Indy Rose was right there in the middle of Suncorp Stadium as Reece Walsh ran onto the field for the game.
You enjoy? Have a good time making me
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
What an experience for any football fan. And Indy Rose is there right now from the Children's Hospital. Hello, Indy.
Hello.
We were so excited when you got the opportunity. You even did the coin toss. How did that all come about? Did Reece give you a hint that he was going to ask you when you were interviewing him at the hospital?
No.
He just said, hey, do you want to come to a game?
Yes, his manager, Bridget, got tickets for me.
How did it feel to be in the middle of Suncorp Stadium on the actual field where they play rugby league?
It was so cool. And I loved how I got to be out there with the whole Broncos team sort of thing and Reece Walsh.
Because we've never had the opportunity to be able to do that. Was it amazing, I guess, with all the crowd around? Were they screaming? Was it so loud?
Yes. I didn't realise how big it was.
Yes.
Underneath all the stand there,
It's huge, isn't it?
there's a whole city under there. Yeah, that's true.
And then did he give you a call just to check up on you after?
Yes.
Oh, he's so nice, isn't he?
Does that mean you got his mobile, Indy Rose?
Yes.
Is everyone saying can you organise for me to hang out with Reece Walsh now?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Have you been enjoying reporting? Because honestly, you did such a good job. I know that you spent so much time coming up with brilliant questions. You've obviously been enjoying it.
I have been. since I've been doing that, I would love to start an acting career.
Oh,
Yes.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've obviously got the confidence for it as well. That'd be great.
Thank you.
You should be worried about your job.
I thought that. I was like, when I'm, when I'm not here, then Indy Rose can fill in for me, yeah.
So you've got Reece Walsh. You're going viral. I saw you were on the Today Show with Carl. Yes, was it yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He's not as fun to talk to as us, right?
Maybe.
Indy,
here we
Rose,
go.
we introduce you to
Diplomatic.
Reece Walsh, and then you can't just give me a fake yes. But who's next? Who would you like to get in there to chat with next?
I wouldn't have a clue.
Well, you've obviously got the power, so if you've got no idea, Chris Hemsworth.
Oh,
Do you know Thor?
No.
Oh, Indy Rose, come on, can you ask your mum?
How old? You're 11, right, Indy?
Yeah.
Ask your mum who Chris Hemsworth is, yeah. So if you want to put that request in, and I'll come with you and support.
Indy Rose is not your wing woman. Don't go using her to get to Chris.
What were you?
I've got one.
Yeah, okay, all right,
Yeah,
here
who
we
you
go.
got?
Frankie off Wentworth.
Frankie off Wentworth.
Okay. I'll come and be your minder for that one.
Frankie
Yay.
Frankie Doyle.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
Very good.
And
Yep.
quickly, can I just say something about Juice TV?
Of course you
go
may.
for it.
So Juice TV has been amazing and given me a world of opportunity and experiences. Same as Brisbane Broncos and Reece Walsh, of course, and Queensland Children's Hospital. They have all given love and light on sick children and showed us all that we can still have fun while being in hospital.
No.
They all rock.
They do.
Oh,
That's
Indy
so
Rose,
good,
I tell you
Indy.
what, you could go into acting or politics. You do such a brilliant job talking. It's really good.
Thank you. And then one more thing.
Yes.
The thing that I would love to do with Reece Walsh is go to Movie World with Reece Walsh before leaving.
Okay, all right.
Oh, okay. Because you don't live in Brisbane, do you, Indy? You live out west, don't you?
Yes, I do.
So
Okay.
we'll try and organise that before you head home.
Okay, hopefully by the 1st of August.
Okay, first of all.
Oh my gosh, we've got homework and a deadline. You are serious. All right.
So much
First
Get
of
onto it.
August. Were you actually writing that down too? So am I. I'm scared. All right, let's go.
All right.
1st of August.
Indy Rose, it has been so amazing to get to know you and chat with you. And if you ever need a job when you're 14 and a half and you're old enough to start working, you get in touch with us, all right?
Okay, thank you.
And please do a bit of homework and just Google Chris Hemsworth for me, okay?
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Bye, Indy.
Bye.
Bye.
Stav, Abby, and Matt.
Alpha Bucks tomorrow, the 27th of June. Remember, there's only 1 week till 50K day, so you must be playing Alpha Bucks to get there. Here are some of the answers.
6 a.m. it's G. Some of your answers are gorilla, guava, and glasses. 7 a.m. it's W. Some of your answers are walk the line, wish heart, and wood. And 8 it's J. And some of your answers are jong jump. Jong jump. I'll take that back. It's L. And some of your answers are long jump, London, and library.
Oh, the Jibery.
Yes. Oh, yes.
The old Jibery.
The old Jibery in Jundon. Idiots.
I love to Jeed.
Stav, Abby, and Matt for breakfast. B105.